There's further evidence of a likely revival of fortunes for the Midlands motor industry today. The Chinese-owned Birmingham car maker MG has revealed it's landed more than £5 million worth of orders for its new model, the MG6.
Yes, our business correspondent Peter Plisson is at the Longbridge factory for us now. So, Peter, we're not talking big numbers, are we? But this is good news, isn't it, for MG?
Yes, hopefully. And of course, this car is the MG6. It's a big hit in China, also a big hit here, it would seem. The car is mainly produced in China, with final assembly happening here at Longbridge. Today, we've been given exclusive access to the production line and its staff. Life at Longbridge again, 6 years after the collapse of MG Rover. This is the first all-new model to be made here in more than a decade. Although production is on a much smaller scale than before, currently only 66 cars per week, numbers are increasing. Many of those working here, like Lisa and Jeff, lost their jobs when MG Rover collapsed. Did you think you'd ever be back inside Longbridge?
No, I thought it was gone for good. You know, thought I retrained in the gas industry.
Worked on the TF line and then got the call to come back. I'm glad I did. We're producing some great cars now, so yeah, it's all good.
This is what the cars look like when they come in from China. Around 80% of the vehicle is built there. The remaining 20% assembled here at Longbridge. Around 100 separate operations, including putting in the gearbox, the engine and the exhaust. In fact, it's a bit like building a huge Airfix model without the glue.
You can imagine this process starts 6,000 miles away back in China, so it is quite a complicated logistics supply route. So it's took a fair deal of planning with the China team and obviously the UK logistics team, but it's now down to a fine art.
MG6, the first all-new MG for 16 years.
Already, orders worth more than £5 million have come in, and more dealerships are being recruited to sell the new car. And those who think the MG6 is a Chinese car should probably think again. This is where it was designed, MG's technical centre here at Longbridge, where the man in charge is proud of what they've created.
I think we could justifiably say that a large part of the car is actually British. A lot of the styling and engineering content of all the cars that we've engineered in this business so far on behalf of Shanghai Automotive obviously have come from British people.
Launching a new car in a recession can mean a bumpy ride, but for MG, orders so far have been good, and increasing sales should ultimately mean even more jobs in the future.
Well, Peter, we hear that orders are good at the moment. What kind of numbers are they expecting to sell, though, with the MG6?
Well, at the moment they've said they've had 300 orders, but what they're not saying is how many they're expecting in the future. MG remaining pretty tight-lipped about that, but it's difficult to predict in such a volatile market. I think this car will only sell in small numbers. Other models could come to Longbridge as well. They're looking at possibly a derivative of this concept car, the MG0. The MG3 is already on sale in China. It could also be assembled here at Longbridge.
Yeah, Peter, we seem to be hearing, don't we, lots of good news very recently about the car industry, what with Brands Lane having car production there again, new models, new factories. Do you think then we're turning a corner after so many bad years?
I think we probably are. We have had news of new factories, as you said. Browns Lane in Coventry, where Jaguar used to make their cars, could well be opened again, with Spiker sports cars being made there. Of course, the Range Rover Evoque goes on sale pretty soon. And, of course, the forward orders, the advance orders have been very encouraging. Next week, Jaguar and Land Rover are expected to unveil new models at the Frankfurt Motor Show. So it is all looking good after such a hard recession.
Good to end on a positive note. Thanks, Peter.
Other news and a